that stuck around. I actually had 2 very good ones, and some that was all right, and I had some that wasn't shit. So how was your time with the women in prison?
Prison made me value. It made me see the true value of a woman, because at first I had I don't chasing my replacement. I had a real arrogant, and then you got to realize I don't have that much time, so it's not really that detrimental. I was still kind of cocky, but I had, when my baby mama left, I still had the I don't chasing my replacement, but I still got Lamel. You know who Lamel is, Cece. Well, Lamel still hold me down, and I still got Sunshine. That's nephew sis, so they still there. I got a few others, you know what I'm saying, but they still around. And when Lamel left, that's when I actually checked my arrogance, and I started looking in the mirror, because I was complaining in '06 when I was at Elkton. She was like, I'm tired of you controlling me. And instead of me giving in a little bit, I was like, shit, by any means, then liberate yourself. And that was the beginning of the end. And eventually now when I get to Mylan, you know, she don't really got no excuse not to come see me, because of my
so
sister.
Close.
Yeah, I'm so close, and my sister beating the doors down. So it's a ride, you know, and my sister down there 3-4 times a week, shit.
Because your sister baby daddy was there with you at the same time too, right?
Right. And the visits started dying down. The calls started stop answering. And next thing you know, she was like, shit, I'm done. And
okay, so I don't want to go off subject, but I do want to ask you this before I get too far off subject. You know, doing my bit, I had Willie, I had L-Man, I had Turtle Face, I had several others that I can't think that I actually knew from the street. Did you have that experience to be like? And me and Willie might have been the closest. Willie and L-Man was the closest I had to somebody I really was thugging with and grew up with out in these streets. Did you have somebody like that doing your bit that you was actually on the streets with, your main man?
My main man. I mean, Lil Mike, when I was at Elkton, that was my main.
And you and Mike grew up together as kids.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Kids.
That's a childhood friend.
Yeah, we go from kids. Lil Mike, and then I ran into Dollar at Mylan.
Ivanhoe Dollar?
Yep, Ivanhoe Dollar, yep.
Harry.
Yeah, he's at Mylan. He the first nigga spotted me at Mylan. Skip and Elkton. Well, Skip, they call him Hawk in there. But yeah, he was at Elkton. Then went at the Mylan. He followed me. He came to Mylan later. And I actually met my cousin in there. And when I first jumped off the porch, my granddaddy was like, now, you know, your cousin got 45 years for that same thing you're trying to do now. And I had never met him until I got up and
I like Cuz. Cuz got some good energy on him.
He real.
Cuz got some good energy on him.
He like my mentor. Yeah.
So back to the women. So
yeah. So when she left, that's when I started looking at, like I say, my whole bit was a self-evaluation. And I started looking in the mirror and seeing what I was doing wrong, because I was complaining about a bunch of little shit that I didn't have to complain. When all that stuff was gone, then I realized the value of it. I realized the value of the visits and the letters and the pictures and whatever else she would do. And then eventually somebody else had tapped in, and it kind of like rejuvenated my bit.
I mean, that's how it goes. Like, you know, how the saying goes, one door closes, another one opens. Because, you know, I kind of went through it with Malcolm's stepdaughter. We ain't gonna put no name, but Malcolm's stepdaughter. That was my first real kind of heartbreak in prison.
Yeah, that's
a doozy. Boy. The Puerto Rican came along, and I got 6 good years of the Puerto Rican. Shout out to Puerto Rican, you know what I mean? And then when the Puerto Rican left, Mika came along, and like, I can't give Mika enough credit, you know what I'm saying? And you know, unfortunately, things didn't work out now, but it's not for the lack of love, you know what I mean? And you know, that's just the respect I'm gonna have, the respect I'm gonna always have for Mika. And any woman that I deal with from this point on is going to have to understand the respect I got for Mika, and the love I got for Mika, and how I will always be there for Mika. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know, life ain't a fairy tale. She's going to always work out, and I have to express that to her sometimes. But never was it I was just using her, and I'm forever grateful for what she did for me during my bit. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I experienced that heartbreak. You know what I'm
And
saying?
not only that, I seen some nightmares. That's another reason made me cherish
No, I
the
done seen
women.
niggas on the phone crying, bro.
That's another reason.
I done seen niggas on the phone
Man, I just
crying.
heard some nightmare stories. You done built the crib from the ground up for your girl and your wife, your daughter and your wife. You called to the crib, another nigga answered the phone.